I am Una,
My name is Arnik.
I'm S.O.N.
and you're watching Toasted.
Normally I'd say welcome to wherever I am at the festival or anything, but this is your hometown, so I'm gonna be feeling very well.
Yeah, you're welcome.
How are you guys doing?
Very well, thank you.
Did you get to see any bands actually at the festival?
Actually, quite few. We've been very busy doing gigs ourselves, doing all sorts of and around it, so we didn't get to see it nearly as many as we would have liked to have done. But obviously seeing people posting things about, and there's just been so much good stuff. It's been once again a great festival.
It is an important festival actually, and I mean I only heard first time I heard of it was like 3 years ago. And the interesting thing is basically that there's now 3 festivals that as a band or as an upcoming band you should be, probably in Europe. This festival, that's the Reeperbahn Festival in Hamburg, and that's Eurosonic in Groningen. Because if you're there, all the bookers will see you and basically you're chuffed.
Yeah, I mean, me being from Hamburg, I know everything about the Reeperbahn Festival, yeah.
Does it compare? Is it like this?
Is it? No, I mean, Iceland, this adds like a special angle to the whole thing. Iceland is very popular in the world now. There's so many tourists coming here, and the festival on top of that. It's a very unique kind of feeling. You cannot really compare that to Hamburg or any other thing, I think.
So you're pretty much a newbie in this country, right?
I've been here for 10 years. I don't know. When do I stop being a newbie? I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. But you guys are very international. I mean, you lived in various places, right? This is not just a Reykjavik thing.
No, we are from London, Hamburg, and Reykjavik. But then he's from New Zealand, his dad's from New Zealand, and I lived in Berlin, and it's all just a big mix, and that is really good.
Of course, it's really good because the music is really good. So that's a good thing. But I'm interested. What makes Reykjavik such a good place for music? Because I mean, you all come back here.
When I first came here, I thought it to be the fact that it's so small, it's too small to have tight scenes, and so there's lots of cross-pollination going on, people working with all sorts of different things. No one can afford to just be lost in their one scene, and so it gives rise to lots of new sounds and lots of new people are just daring to go and just play with new things, and it's just wonderful. It's very creative buzz, it's wonderful.
But you know what? Maybe it's just the water.
It smells like sulfur, that's true.
I mean the cold water, it's just so good to drink, and the air is so fresh here, and there's so much space and so much you just get a feeling for life, I think, better than in a city somewhere.
I was really impressed with Iceland as well, and I mean I came here a couple of times to stop over. I always wanted to be longer, but like we were discussing before, it is changing a lot, right?
Absolutely, it's going through that change of having to really they have to know what they want to do with all of these people coming here. We've got ships, they all of a sudden downtown is completely flooded and you can't get a table at a restaurant. This is a problem. It's all of a sudden so popular, but it's at the same time so very, very small that it could really afford with just building another island maybe out of plastic or something, attaching it to it and building a bunch of hotels there, and I don't know.
There's enough room in the inn within the island. I know there's plenty of space behind the city, right?
Yeah, it's just a question where I wouldn't want to build hotels anywhere, and I actually want to close down all of the dams and just kind of take care to patch things up. But so I would think too creatively, I think, for them.
Hey, let's talk about music. You guys at the follow-up album. Is it already out yet? Actually, the second album.
We are about to release it on digital release, and we also want to do some physical. We don't want to talk about it just yet what it is because we haven't quite decided, but it will definitely be released as a package, something comfortable for people to just
When will it be out?
Well, the plan is to bring it out in December, so that is very close. I don't know whether we can manage to do the physical release by then, but we will definitely be putting out what we've created this far and all the videos, of course, as well. And
beautiful videos, and this is the thing. There's fantastic music made in Iceland, but it appears that like every band or every artist also has like at least 5 fantastic videos.
I mean, there's a great landscape, great scenery here. You can make use of that. You just put the camera there, and it's beautiful. And I mean, in today's music business, you gotta have a visual side to your music. Otherwise, no one is gonna take notice of it. So yeah, you gotta have videos. And
Yeah, but you gotta find the people to make the videos, and there must be like a massive video production team or crew here in Iceland as well.
I mean, people are not only creative in making music. There are all kinds of artists here, and yeah, visual artists all over. And as you said earlier, the scenes are really like there's a lot of it's like really connected. People know each other. A lot of musicians are also filmmakers, and the other way around and stuff. So it's just you kind of get to know each other and work together. It's really comfortable and nice.
What I like about your music and what I think is so great is that you have like a global perspective. I mean, you're not making this music to stay in the city. I mean, it really could be huge.
We think on a global scale, definitely. I see the Earth. I find it hard to kind of place something on just a bit of the Earth. I just see the Earth as the place that we are on. I think very globally.
Yeah, you do.
Just like visually, also just it's. And what we were talking about earlier, I think it's also with filmmakers and musicians, we just turn each other on. It's just you see something by somebody and it makes you write a song, and they hear that song and makes them want to make a piece of art, and it's like we are all working together. We are just expressing ourselves, and when you have the driving force behind it, you can do it together. It's just it feeds off each other basically. Energy creates energy, and it just dong, 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 dong.
For all those who never heard of you guys, how would you describe your music? I mean, this is of course a silly question, but there are a lot of people out there who don't know you yet, which is a shame, and I want them to get to listen to your music.
Well, yeah. We do span quite a few categories. Maybe people find it hard to categorize us. Our main sound, it's electronic, soulful, positive, rap-inspired music, but mostly it's music, and yeah, it's psychedelic, experimental.
It did change a lot over the years, I mean.
Yes, it did. And we've also recently acquired a very high-level producer. He moved here to work with us, and he's been having an influence on the way our sound is sounding, making it just like sound top-notch, And so yeah, we've stepped up a few gears, and for this current record that we're about to release, definitely.
We were talking about Lee. He moved from Kent or London here because he really saw the potential. I mean, that's. And he built a studio here. I mean, that is like a really big thing.
Yes, it's a huge thing. It blew our minds, and it's an amazing thing. And we look forward to see where this can take us in the future as well, because it's an amazing studio. He takes also for people coming to Iceland. He also takes clients as well. It's a beautiful space, and yeah, it's very flattering for us, and it's unlocking our potential. It's a great thing.
So what else? I mean, this album will be out. I'm saying it's probably more a musical art project that I'm talking about. It will be released this year if we're lucky. Maybe in the beginning of next year. No pressure. No pressure. But after that, will you guys tour Europe? Are there any plans for playing live?
We're going to Berlin in a couple of weeks and London. So we're doing a mini fall tour. Just looking very much forward to that. Playing a couple of very nice venues, Sisyphus in Berlin, and the theatre. What's the theatre
Courtyard
called?
Theatre in London, which is also a very nice spot. Courtyard Theatre, yeah.
Look very much forward to that. And we're open for anything, really. We want to explore and just spread the good vibes.
Yeah.
So we're definitely looking to book.
Will you release your music also on Spotify, and you already are on YouTube, but I saw there's music for you guys on Spotify already. Some artists are not happy with Spotify and streaming. They think it's a threat. Me as a customer, I love it. But what's your opinion on it?
Same here. As a music lover, I just dig it to just like get from one thing to another. But as a musician, of course, you want to get paid for your work, so it's a bit difficult, but I think it helps to spread the word and just let people check it out. And then if they decide to buy like a physical copy or support the band in other ways, like get a digital download and stuff, then they will do it, I guess. So that's what I do. So
Same here.
It's all for free on YouTube, you know. It's just a question of conveniencing the listeners, you know. It's just convenient. And we have already produced this with no backers. We've put all of our money and time and love into this, and we wanted to spread it. And any platform that helps us get us to a point where they're maybe going to buy the next album or whatever, you know. I think it's as a kind of advertising yourself. I think it's something you're going to have to just deal with.
I read in an interview that you guys want to change pop music. Is that true?
Absolutely. We want to bring like away from the we just want to bring power to people, basically, you know, to kind of like bring up concepts in their minds that change the way they feel about themselves, you know, because it is all a question of how you look at things. Like you can spend a pop song singing about how somebody treated you wrong, or you can use that pop song to tell people how you dealt with it. It's like, which side do you want to put, you know, and I just find there's too much of this kind of like, look at me and all this, the pain that you've caused me, and that gives me a reason to behave like this crazy or whatever, and not just like taking responsibility, basically, because we are responsible for how we deal with things.
So what is great pop music? I mean, can you name any bands or any artists that you think this is top-notch stuff right now?
Top-notch stuff right now. I really love Róisín Murphy, and I love the way that she's super integral. She does her videos, she does her songs. It's like the artwork, and she's not trying too hard. It's like to me, she's like the best pop singer. Also, I've loved her from the get-go, and I've seen her live once, and I was like completely blown away for many weeks. I was like, wow, she gave it all, and she's still going strong. And because she bases it all on herself, and she's talking about her own experiences, not what somebody did to her. I feel, you know, she's more kind of like it goes through her lens and then comes out. It's not just like I can't put my words. I hope I'm making myself understood.
Language is so limiting, isn't it?
Yes, I need to sing a song.
That's why we do music, you know.
Phrase we've been hearing a lot recently from people discovering our music is very common is I don't usually like this kind of music, that genre, but I love what you're doing. I don't know what it is, but I love what it is. And that's, to us, that is, okay, we've achieved what we wanted to achieve, you know what I mean? If you can transcend boundaries and transcend genres and just make it about the music and about the beauty of that art, then we're happy with that, you know.
And we take care to be very happy people, you know. We put a lot of work into being happy beings. So when we perform and when we record and when we make music, it's you know, channeling something very positive, and people hear that, and you see it on stage. I mean, we had a deaf person saying this was a wicked show, you know, and stayed for the feeling of the bass and the performance and the atmosphere on stage and all the electricity, you know. And that's when the music manages to transcend like taste, personal taste, and like the message gets through. That's what we're doing. We're entertaining you and making you feel good, because life is good. It can be, you know, like when you are listening to a song, everything is good. And then as soon as the song goes off and you kind of like, you allow yourself to slip into something, you know, but you have the power to stay in that place, you know, and it's like constant work, like a relationship, you know, it's like your relationship with life or with the deity or whatever you want to have a relationship with, and also your relationships, you know. It's like if you're not taking care of that, you are transcending it like a radio. You're standing on stage with this guilt that you did something wrong, or with this, you know, and that's something that we take care of not to do. And it's, you know, we take care also with the people that we work with. You know, these are all our friends. We haven't been working with any companies that we don't like or don't know, or, you know, it's all like we're keeping it very, 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 very close at home and building it slowly, and we just have a lot of trust in ourselves and in this whole thing.